everyone, this is Shaloo. Welcome to my channel where I post book related videos. In today's video, I'm going to talk about my top 10 fiction reads of 2020. In 2020, I read so many books from different genres. And so it was really difficult to compile a list of my top 10 because you can't really compare one genre with another. But still, I have come up with a list of my top 10 fiction reads. It is in no particular order. So without further ado, let's get started. The first book is Girl, Woman, Other by Bernardine Evaristo. The book is the joint winner of Booker Prize 2019. It is the story of 12 British black women, and in narrating their individual stories, the author has presented a sweeping history of British black experience. The stories of the black women focus on their hopes, frustrations, and struggles of living in a predominantly white society. Each story is unique, and yet they are interlinked. Racism and gender discrimination are the predominant themes of the novel. This is a magnificent novel and quite ambitious too, but the author has managed to pull it off quite well. It is truly fiction at its finest. The next book is Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. What a beautiful book, truly a masterpiece. This novel follows the story of the four Mars sisters, Meg, Jo, Beth and Emmy. The Mars sisters live with their mother while their father is at war. The mother has done a beautiful job of raising their daughters with values, compassion and kindness. The family lacks money, but they have gratitude in abundance. This book is absolutely stunning in its simplicity. The plot is both heartwarming and heart-wrenching. Characters are adorable. Alcott's writing is so simple yet so beautiful. If you haven't read this classic yet, then go and grab this classic at the earliest. The next book is The Devotion of Suspect X by Keigo Higashino. The regular viewers of my channel might know that I am such a big fan of Keigo Higashino. The Devotion of Suspect X is a murder mystery with a difference. Yasuko is a single mother who lives alone with her daughter. One day she is forced to kill her ex-husband in self-defense. Though she intends to turn herself in, but her neighbor Ishigami convinces her otherwise. Ishigami creates the perfect alibi for the mother and daughter. Now Yukawa joins the police investigation. Yukawa is Ishigami's former classmate with acute observational skills. What follows is an absorbing cat and mouse game between the two, with a twist in the end which is beyond expectations. What a brilliant plot. This is one of the best thrillers I have ever read. If you love thrillers, then you must read Keigo Higashino's novels, especially this one. The next book is The Devil and Miss Prim by Paulo Coelho. What I like about Paulo Coelho is that he presents thought-provoking subjects in a simple and interesting manner. This book is based on the concept of good versus evil in human soul. The book is set in Wisconsin, a remote, idyllic mountainous village. One day, a stranger comes to the village with a plan to tempt the villagers with gold. He shares his plan with Chantal, the local barmaid, and asks her to announce it to the villagers. The catch is that to get the gold, the villagers must kill somebody amongst them. This is quite contrary to the very nature of the villagers, where there has been no trouble in the village for many years. The rest of the story is about the moral struggle of the villagers. Paulo Coelho presents a simple yet powerful message in this book. The concept of good and evil is explored in detail with references from various religions and cultures. This is a book that will make you reflect on your own choices and decisions. The writing is beautiful, and there are so many beautiful stories and legends which deserve to be savored. I love this book and will definitely recommend it to you. The next book is Postscript by Cecilia Ahern. Postscript is a befitting sequel to the bestseller P.S. I Love You. It has been 7 years since Holly Kennedy lost her husband Gary to cancer, and that too at a young age of 30. She is now in a new relationship and is planning to move. At the request of her sister, she shares her story in a podcast on grief and loss. The tremendous response to the podcast makes Holly very uncomfortable. A group of terminally ill people set up P.S. I Love You Club and approach Holly to help them in writing their own letters to their loved ones. Holly is reluctant to revisit the past. But is it truly the thing that she needs to heal? Postscript is such a beautiful book. It is a story about life, love, heartbreak, grief, and moving on. It is the perfect blend of grief and hope. It is a story that will remind you that life is too short to waste. It will remind you to cherish the moments spent with your loved ones. It is an emotional coaster ride, but one that is beautifully written. From the beginning till the end, the story kept me captivated. The next book is Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. This is a timeless gothic fiction classic which was written in 1918. It follows the story of Victor, a scientist who is on a mission to create new life. But unfortunately, his plan backfires. He ends up creating a monster. What follows is a series of tragedies, the killing of his brother and his wife. Now Victor has only one mission, and that is to avenge his loved ones. The plot is so compelling and revolutionary. It is hard to imagine that Mary Shelley wrote this classic when she was just 18 years old. It is a tragic tale which is beautifully written and one that I highly recommend.
The next book is Animal Farm by George Orwell. The book tells the story of a group of farm animals who rebel against their human farmer. They hope to create a society where the animals can be free, equal, and happy. But in due time, the farm ends up in a state as bad as was before, under the dictatorship of a pig named Napoleon. George Orwell wrote this as an allegory about the Russian Revolution, Stalin, and the rise of communism.
I am amazed at how beautifully Orwell has written about political maneuvers. The book tells us how the ruling class makes fool of the working class using their resources and energies for their own pleasure. The book presents the grim reality of dirty politics. For a long time, I avoided reading this book because I just wasn't interested in a story about farm animals and pigs. But I was so wrong. The book drives across a powerful message, a message that is relevant even after so many years. I just loved this book and highly recommend all of you to read it. The next book is The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. This is a book about police misconduct and racial injustice. It is the story of a black teenager, Star Carter. One day she is returning from a party with her best friend Khalil. On the way, they are stopped by a police officer, though they have done nothing wrong. And then, without any provocation, the police officer shoots Khalil, who dies on the spot. Star is scared to speak up, but she wants justice for her friend. This is a fictional story, but what happens in this book is real. Racism is real, and so is police brutality. Kudos to Angie Thomas for bringing such a thought-provoking story. We need more such stories, and we need more such authors. The next book is The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. If you want to read a classic that is easy and highly entertaining, then this book is for you. The novel revolves around the youthful adventures of a schoolboy, Tom Sawyer. Tom and his best friend Huckleberry have great adventures together, being pirates, playing Robin Hood, searching for treasures, and great crashing their own funeral. This book will make you revisit your own childhood. If you are looking for a delightful book to read, then this is the book. And the last book is Anxious People by Frederick Backman. This charming novel is about a crime that never took place. A would-be bank robber who vanishes into thin air, and 8 extremely anxious strangers who find themselves in a hostage situation. And they are the worst and craziest hostages ever. The book is just hilarious. It is about love and human connections. It is comical and yet so heartwarming. It is Frederick Backman at its best. So these were my top 10 fiction reads of 2020. Have you read any of these books? If yes, do share your thoughts in the comment section. Also share with me your favorite books of 2020. If you have enjoyed this video, please like, comment and share. And if you want to see more bookish content like this, please subscribe to my channel and do not forget to hit the bell icon so that you get notified every time I post a new video. Until my next video, bye and take care.